Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you are doing great. Hopefully you can hear me. Coming back from Chicago and having a nice glass of orange juice. We're going to be talking about the Japanese yen, the US dollar, the implications of the yen collapsing versus the US dollar. First off, can you hear me? I have no mics. I lost them somewhere in Chicago. So if anyone wants a nice set of Rode mics, happy birthday. All right, here we go. This story is out of Zero Hedge entitled Futures Rise, Yen Downgraded to Banana Republic Currency After Another Roller Coaster Session. This is a big deal. We saw the yen completely fall compared to the dollar the other day and then bounce back just a little bit. Why is this important? Because Japan is one of the largest owners of US treasuries and dollars. They've said before, and they've already started selling our currency, our treasuries, in order to bolster or strengthen theirs. As a matter of fact, they are starting to purchase a lot of gold as well. And those implications versus the US dollar are really bad. Jerome Powell knows it. I can guarantee you the president has no clue, but a lot of people in the White House do understand the implications of Japan selling off our currencies. So here we go. U.S. equity futures swung between gains and losses and traded near session highs as U.S. traders walked to their desks on Monday morning after a roller coaster day for the Japanese yen, which increasingly looks like some third world banana republic currency instead of belonging to the world's third largest economy, in which first plunged below 160 versus the USD, the lowest level since 1990, amid dismal volumes thanks to the Japanese market holiday on Monday, only to soar more than 500 pips in what is now the first confirmed BOJ, Bank of Japan, intervention since 2022. This is a very big deal. I want people to understand how big of a deal this is. To all people owning gold, I'm pretty sure you're happy regardless of the price action right now. Grab yourself some orange juice. This is going to get nutty. Now, futures were buoyed by rising earnings optimism as traders looked ahead to another very busy week for company results. Just remember, more layoffs are happening like 2023 that bolsters company earnings when they don't have to pay those pesky employees. Now, in pre-market trading, Tesla surged 11%. Remember, Tesla, the company that has been falling because it can't sell as many cars. Don't worry, they just pull a rabbit out of a hat, say they've got a new product, stock rallies, regardless if they can actually sell it, like, honestly, that tragedy called the Cybertruck. Doesn't matter, just gets traders excited. And then this is at the same time Elon Musk's quick visit to China paid in immediate dividends, with Tesla receiving in-principle approval from government officials to deploy its driver assistance system in the world's largest auto market. Now, they go on to talk about some of these pre-market movers. We're not going to go over that, but it does say the very big overnight market event was the roller coaster move in the Japanese yen, which again took center stage with dramatic moves that fueled speculation over whether the government had intervened to support its currency. In holiday-thinned trading, the yen swung wildly, rallying more than 2% on Monday after earlier dropping as much as 1.2% or 160.17 to the US dollar. Again, why is this important? All right, Japan is meeting with BRICS nations, the Asian summit where China invited Japan, South Korea, and a couple other small countries to talk about trade. As Japan's currency falls to the US dollar, I can guarantee you other Asian countries aligned with BRICS nations are coming alongside of them and saying, don't worry. If you sell, and this is the big point that people need to understand, when Japan starts to sell its US treasuries or US dollar holdings, it actually weakens the yen. Why? Because investors in the yen go, well, if your currency is already doing bad, and now you're selling what is perceived to be a strong currency, a strong backstop to most central banks and governments' holdings, well, then we don't trust your currency that much, so they sell off yen. Okay, it's a catch-22. But what Japan's doing, and pretty soon you're going to find out, probably in the next 6 months, they're going to disclose their gold holdings, and you're going to see that number rise. On top of that, behind the scenes, I guarantee you there are Asian countries that are coming alongside of them saying, you know what, we're going to vow to do trade with you. See, one thing that people don't understand about the stagflation of Japan and how it's been able to prop its system for so long is because it had something very, very valuable. It had items to sell, technologies and other items to sell to other countries. So there was always a demand for its goods. Very simply put, it's a lot alike the US dollar. See, for a long time, the US government and the central bank has enjoyed the privilege of being able to sell US dollars. I know it sounds crazy because it's this mad printing press, but around the world, countries were vying for US dollars, US treasuries, because it was the law for a long time, and now it's completely gone, that it was a necessity to own US treasuries and dollars in order to buy oil anywhere around the world. Well, now that although these countries have walked away, we haven't went and attacked them, that's gone, okay? So now Japan still has items to sell, but this is one thing that's very important. We're moving into a worldwide deflationary spiral because of inflation, and inflation is causing the consumer to crack down, slow their spending, right? Well, that takes a long time. It takes quarter after quarter after quarter until you see the end result being that Japan's sales as a nation slow down, okay? So what's really important to know here is that these other countries, BRICS initiative countries, are going to countries like Japan that know how many treasuries they have. I think they're like the largest holder outside of us of US treasuries. And they're saying, you know what, if you got to sell them, don't worry. We'll fill the gap. We'll start doing more trade with you. And we'll trade in your currency. If other countries trade in Japanese yen, it actually bolsters the yen, just like what happened with the Russian ruble, okay? So for those of you that are, let's say, on the sidelines of understanding where we are as an economy, or if we are turning down, stick around, because I can guarantee you I can break this down in sort of an easy to grasp reality. Type 1 if you agree with that, if you understand what I'm talking about. Now, last thing before I go, because it's a little weird talking in an airport terminal about currencies. It's usually not the normal conversation. When I see pullbacks in silver, gold, even Bitcoin right now, my trading account is in cash for crypto because I'm expecting a downturn. I don't know, not a big one, just a pullback, right? Don't take any of this as trading advice. I buy on weakness based on fundamentals, okay? I understand the fundamentals of gold because countries are buying it. Central banks are buying it. I understand the fundamentals of silver because it has massive amount, it has more patents tied to it than any metal on earth, right? I love it. It's God's money. I understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin, how you can't fake a Bitcoin, right? When price pullbacks come, that's why you have that cash stash on the side. I hope you get my drift. All right, with that being said, I hope you got something out of this. Everyone, I have a free newsletter down below. I'm going to put a link down just in case something gets wacky on Google. That's all I'm saying. But I do give daily recaps if you want to see all the videos, or a recap of all the videos every day. It's down there below. Thank you so much for watching. The Ninja needs some mics. I'm out.